Well, welcome to the inaugural show of She Bites Daily News at noon. I'm your host, Mandalena Lewis. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to do a little take two of our original because we had some IT issues. Thanks again, and these are your major Me Too news up to noon. Another Nova Scotia doctor will not be charged after 152 RCMP officers and civilians made sexual abuse complaints against him stemming all the way back to the early 1980s. The Royal Newfoundland Constabulary said the force investigated and decided against laying charges. Complaints range from appalling breast, vaginal, and rectal exams. Just a week ago, another former RCMP employee, Dr. Ronald McLeod Campbell from Halifax, was arrested based on 60 complaints of sexual assault. After being contacted by media, Campbell had little to say for himself.
No comment.
Okay, can you confirm that, sir?
No comment.
Is there a lawyer that we should be speaking with instead?
No comment.
The decision to not charge the RCMP doctor is a similar outcome to other RCMP investigations in Nova Scotia and Ontario, where former RCMP employees, who are mostly women, reported exploitative and abusive RCMP examinations. Senator and presidential candidate for the U.S. Democratic Party Kamala Harris was stormed by a man who jumped on stage and grabbed her microphone at a Move On Forum event in San Francisco. The man forcefully interrupted a gender pay gap question by charging the panel, stating that women should focus on a much bigger idea.
Your first big idea on the gender pay gap. Not everyone works for a corporation. Yes. And a big...
Hi. Just a minute, sir. Asking for your attention to a much bigger idea. Thank you so much, sir, for your big idea. But we want to make sure that we are able to get through this.
The senator ended up coming back on stage to finish her speech about equal pay for women. 16 women have filed a class action lawsuit today against Attorney General Barr and the FBI for systemic sexual abuse and victim targeting at the FBI Training Academy in Quantico, Virginia. The lawsuit states, female trainees are subject to a hostile work environment persuasive of sexual harassment and sexual jokes made by numerous members of training division instructors, managers, and field counselors, including harassment about pregnancy, false allegations of infidelity, use of birth control, physical appearance, manner of dress, parental status, and refusal to train certain skills because of a female trainee's breast size. The women taking lead with the class action are ordering the FBI to conduct a study of the FBI's training evaluation process and ask for sensitivity training. Women made up of nearly 40% of agent applications so far in this fiscal year. An abhorrent video has surfaced of a West Kelowna RCMP officer re-victimizing an indigenous teenager in an interrogation after she reported her sexual assault. The video shows the brave young woman attempting to do the right thing by sharing her story with the officer, who responded with a disgusting display of questions, including why she didn't fight the predator off and if she was turned on during her sexual assault. Warning, this video includes aggravating content.
Like if it was someone that you had never known before, and he grabbed you and took you into a house and started attacking you physically, how would you react differently? What would you do?
I don't know, like, I've never been in that situation, I don't know.
What do you think you would do? I mean, I could tell you what I would do, and I've never been in that situation. And you also knew how to get up and run out of the house, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's taking your clothes off. How much of a fight did you put up for him not to take your clothes off?
But I don't remember him taking my clothes off.
How much did you resist him taking off your clothes?
I didn't, that's the terrible part.
0 charges were laid against the young woman's rapist. According to statistics, over 2/3 of Aboriginal women are victims of sexual abuse and are 3 times more likely to be abused than non-Aboriginal women. Over 3/4 do not report their sexual harassment or abuse to police. Actor Michael Caine says women in Hollywood don't have to worry about getting raped anymore. According to Caine, all is well in Hollywood and the Me Too movement because producers are now petrified about getting caught. Caine shared his 2 cents today in a magazine called Event, claiming that he is all for the Me Too movement and a big admirer of ladies for their cause and everything, adding, "Any actress going for an audition today, no producer would dare make a pass at her, because he knows he'd be in the paper the next morning. So at least something good has come of it. Women, actresses can relax at auditions now. I mean, they'll be nervous about the audition, whether they'll get the part, but they don't have to worry about getting raped." Caine worked on a number of films with Harvey Weinstein, who is now paying over $35 million in settlements and still faces trial for sexual assault. Caine alleges he never saw any evidence of Weinstein acting inappropriately. These have been your major Me Too news up to noon. Please stay tuned for commentary. Think Americans are the only ones dealing with ass-backwards old white men who want to control women's reproductive rights? Think again. It is right in our backyard. On March 9th, a March for Life rally was held in Victoria in what some would call the real first sign of fracturing of the BC Liberal Party. High-profile members within the party, including Rich Coleman, MLA for Langley East, and Kent Laurie Thrones, MLA for Chilliwack, both addressed the rally in support of their actions. Coleman stated, "Somebody wants to do things with the right to life at the end of life or the right to life at the beginning of life is totally wrong for me." He stated to the crowd, "We have a right to life. I don't know how anyone can't get that, and why they could possibly think there could be any other solution than to have that." He concluded, "I pray for our success and your success as we continue to stand up for human life, and I pray for all of you to have a successful day today." Thrones added that you need to get active, you need to become part of the public conversation. Following the event and the remarks by the 2 MLAs, BC Liberal leader Andrew Wilkinson tweeted that while his party is a big tent party with many views and faiths, it still supports women's right to choose. So there you have it. Reproductive rights for women is not just a problem with our neighbors from the south, but in fact right in our own backyard. These have been your major Me Too news up to noon with commentary. I'm Mandalena Lewis. Please make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's major news to noon, and we'll see you again.